All right, it's day 8. Rained all night, but then it stopped so I could load up, which I really appreciated, because that would be a true hassle loading up in the rain. Not even sure how that would work. I'm not saying I want to find out, so I'm not putting that out there, but anyway, got up around 6, had a cup of coffee, and took forever to get out of there. It's 8 o'clock. I went ahead and rain geared up because it's like 80% all day and tomorrow, so that's a bummer. So there probably won't be much filming today because it's not pretty. But I'm headed back to the TAT, and hopefully I'll be back on it in a few minutes. I think John starts his journey tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. And hopefully he's going to add to the ride report from his POV. And I have this need for our meeting to do this shot where we're riding towards each other with arms outstretched in slow motion, and like the theme from Chariots of Fire or something is playing. You know, one of those classic running through a field scenes. And then when we meet, there's an explosion of hearts. and there's a voiceover that says, CT125 powers activate. And then we're standing there all heroic in front of our stupid motorcycles. I'm not sure that's gonna happen, but I need to have these little dreams to hold on to, you know? Oh, I'm really dreaming about a motel tonight. Still deciding what I'm gonna do about Oklahoma. I mean, I thought I had decided because really smart people have told me exactly what to do. But you know, a man's got to make his own decisions. But with the weather being what it is, I had a list of things to live by when I left, and I immediately forgot them all. But the first one was, of course, be safe. Don't do anything stupid. I've tried to live up to that one. And the second one was, don't do anything that's not going to be fun. And the thing with Oklahoma is, I'm not going to know if I think it's fun or not until I start doing it. But from what everyone has told me, I'm trying to imagine a world where I find it fun, and I'm not having much luck imagining that world. It just sounds miserable. One guy messaged me through ADV Rider, and he's like, man, if it's the perfect conditions, you'll just have a blast. If not, it'll be super dusty and you'll die of the heat and the dust. Or if it's raining, forget it, just take the pavement. And it's been raining out there, and I highly doubt it's gonna dry up by the time I get there, which Hopefully it'll be later today, maybe. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked closely at things. And I still think I go through Kansas for a second. So anyway, it shouldn't be up for debate. It's not really up for debate, but I'm still debating it. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, I think this will work. I had this route all set to get back on. And of course, the road was closed. And I wasn't ready for an adventure quite this early in the morning, so I decided to trust the sign that the road is actually closed. I'm so psyched those park rangers hooked me up with some fuel, because shit like this is a lot more nerve-wracking when you're running low. Google has me going away from the TAT. Well, I don't know if it's away from the TAT, actually. Oh, shit. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. Be smart, man. Be smart. Okay, this road doesn't even show up here. Okay. So, if I was really smart, I would probably just turn around, but turn around? Go back the same way I came? That's outrageous. Really hope this doesn't dead end somewhere. Dead end? Son of a whore. Is that true? Come on, man. So close. I should have gone up to that 62. I'm gonna have to do that. The weather's definitely turning. And man, every time it rains, since I was a little kid, I start singing Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. I think my parents bought that soundtrack when it came out on vinyl, and I played that song over and over again. And that turned into a deep love of Burt Bacharach. I forget who sang it. Anyway, Burt Bacharach, man, those horn arrangements are just freaking... do I? I'm creating a whole new TAT route. Anyway, his horn arrangements, man, they're so awesome. So damn good. Damn, now I want to hear that. haven't listened to anything so far on the comm system, but that might be a contender for something I need to listen to. And then years after I heard the song, I saw the movie and loved the movie too. Who's in that? Robert Redford? Who's the other guy? Who is in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid? Robert Redford, and why can't I remember his name? It's not like he's not famous beyond belief. Jesus, Robert Redford, and this is going to be a friendly dog that's not going to chase me. See that? Boom. Holy shit, I just saw a movie with this guy in it. Oh, this dog looks mean. But he's not going to chase me. He's not going to chase me. Oh my God, I know. Every one of you knows who I'm talking about. What is wrong with me? Newman. Paul Newman. Or maybe he was in Wait, what movie was Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head in? Was that Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid? It was, wasn't it? They're riding around on a bicycle with the lady, right? Oh man, this weather is just looking fabulous. Well, this is me for a little while. I tried to ride in this and it's stupid. Plus, there's some serious lightning happening. So, I'm gonna hang here for a bit. The bike is running because I've been charging through the inverter. And I think it might be straining my battery a bit. So I'm going to chill out on that, and I'm just charging the battery right now. Luckily, there's a kickstart on this bike, so if the battery goes dead, I can still get it started and charge the battery. But it's a little worrisome. Alright, it's only been like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. I'm so bored. There's no service, so I can't goof around on my phone. And so I'm trying to analyze the lyrics of Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, which I can't quite remember, but I know it's raindrops keep falling on my head, just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed. Those raindrops keep falling on my head. They keep falling because I'm free. The lyrics do not make much sense. Just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed. I'm not seeing the connection. I'm gonna have to talk to Bert. Did Bert write it, or did he just arrange it? I think he wrote and arranged it. Not positive. But if I had access to the almighty Google, I could be getting some stuff learned in this downtime. Instead, I'm checking out all the car wash has to offer. And yeah. This is bunk. Oh, I don't know how long I've been sitting here. And it keeps slowing down, saying, come on out. The weather's fine. So I get all my shit on, and it starts pouring again. So I'm trying not to be stupid, but I gotta get out of here. This has been a nice little dry spot, but I need to be riding. You know? Holy shit balls. I'm back on the TAT. That car wash was literally 2 minutes from the TAT. It's still raining, but I cannot take it anymore. I had to get out of there. It's like being in motorcycle jail. I know it was a mistake to leave that dry spot, but couldn't hack it. I see some niceness over there, which makes me sad to make this left turn because it's not looking as good over there. But whatever. I'm riding. And I am so glad I switched out my rain gear before I left. I had bought these, I had gone through all kinds of stuff. I had bought some, the last thing was I bought some frog togs and was out on a ride and it started pouring. So I put them on and they just sucked. I was soaked. And before that, I had like a real motorcycle rain suit that was just so massive and bulky and just wasn't good to be packed on this bike anywhere. So I sent that back. And so what I ended up using is some pants I had that I took on a motorcycle trip up into Canada about 10 years ago, and I couldn't for the life of me remember if I had ever even had to use them or not. But I took those and this just like a normal Columbia rain jacket that I had. I had bought, actually the company bought it for me. I did this big job for some kind of truck. I think it was a Nissan Xterra commercial, and it was actually one of the coolest jobs I had. It was it filmed in Alaska, nope, and then we flew to Hawaii. So they bought us all this gear to go to Alaska, and this rain jacket was part of that. That was probably 10, 12 years ago. And it's a sick jacket. It's really good. So I brought that, and I'm glad I did. Oh, on that job in Hawaii too, when we got there, I met Laird Hamilton, who, if you don't know, is a famous surfer dude. That was a cool job. I was a production manager on that job, and you know, your job is get everybody where they're going, get all the gear where it's going, arrange everything. So it's like 10 billion little details that you have to keep track of. But that job was really, really difficult because, you know, we have all the camera gear, all that stuff, shooting on a glacier. We shot all over Alaska. Had this kayaker jump, or I guess she got pushed out of I forget her name. She was a famous kayaker, and she got pushed out of a helicopter for the shot into a raging river, freezing cold. We had a underwater cameraman in this freezing cold river to get a shot. And he was a guy, I can't remember his name. He's from a company called Teton Research, and they do a lot of extreme sport filming. Guy's a nutcase. Ended up in Argentina with him too on a job. But anyway, it was super cool job. And there's this one shot on, we needed a skier. They were gonna drop him from a helicopter onto a glacier, like just pure, you know, untouched snow. And they wanted this big, humongous shot of him coming down this massive glacier. And so base camp was like at the bottom of the glacier, and we had to get all kinds of gear in there. The main shot was helicopter, but they wanted some other stuff too. So we had to snowmobile all this gear to this place. And part of your job too is to feed everybody. So I had to, we found this, I can't even remember what it was. I guess it was like a lodge or something. And they made a bunch of food and snowmobiled it in for lunch. It was quite an ordeal, but really fun. This future aunt's just jumping in because the point of the story was we had this crazy extreme sport, professional skier, snowboarder, hot shit, fancy guy to do the shot. And he got up in the helicopter. I don't know if he went out the night before or whatever, but he started puking and would not stop. And there was no way he could fly in the helicopter or do the shot. He was just sick as a dog. I don't know what it was. But so they dropped him off out on the glacier, or at the bottom of the glacier at base camp. So there's all this communication between the director and the helicopter and the producer and us at base camp. And so I think the location scout or somebody went out and asked the locals, who's the hot shit skier in town? And they found this kid who everyone said was amazing. And they took the helicopter, flew it to the high school, landed in like a sports field, went inside, found the kid, offered him the ungodly amounts of money to come do the shot. He did it. And I remember, I think he was underage. I don't think he was 18. So we had to do all this weird, there's stuff you have to do with SAG if it's a minor, and like, it was nuts. Anyway, he did it and made all kinds of money, just got royalties. He was in the commercial, made all kinds of royalties, and got to helicopter ski for free. It just must have been an amazing day for that kid. So anyway, that was the point of the story. And just like, he was drinking a little bit on the road, I think, or something. And then on the Hawaii part, it was a really interesting experience. I had a blast. We were up on these volcanic cliffs and just all kinds of stuff. Got stuck in a truck on the way up. It was a very fun job. Super stressful, but it was fun. That was when I still liked that business. But it didn't take, I guess I was in that business for like 7 years. And the main problem were the directors and the agency people. There was too much ass kissing, and the directors were such assholes. We did this job way out in the desert, probably 3 hours from anything. I don't know where that was, somewhere Baker area. And this director said, I need this certain kind of wine. Oh. And I'm like, dude, it's 3 hours to anywhere, and I have no idea how long it is to get this particular kind of wine. And I have limited PAs, and this is a hard job. I need the wine. It's like, fuck you, man. Dick. It's like, these guys think they're fucking Scorsese making a stupid dog food commercial that no one gives 5 craps about. Oh, all my bitterness is coming back. My favorite director to hate is this guy named Sam Bear. You can look him up. He did like the Smashing Pumpkins videos, and he's well respected, whatever. He's a little fucking dick. And I hope you send this to him. Oh, he still just makes my blood boil. He had this whole posse that came with him on every job. Same grip department, same electric department. You know, all your dudes, which that's normal. But he would just degrade everybody. Like at this restaurant in Manhattan, Kansas, middle of nowhere, doing an army job. And he would do stuff like, man, I'll give you $100 if you eat, and it was like this giant chunk of cheese. And someone was like, oh, I'll do it. And then he's like, well, but you have to do it on your hands and knees on the floor. And the dude did it. This director loved shit like that. Anything to degrade someone, he loved. And he was the guy, he was the guy too. He would come into the production office and say, oh fuck, I just missed a turn. And he would say, give me $1,000 worth of petty cash. I need to take the edge off. And so, I mean, we gotta do what he says. So we'd roll off $1,000 cash, and he'd take it outside the door and light it on fire and just watch it burn. Throw the like charred remnants on the ground and walk away. I mean, is that a dick or what? What an asshole. Oh, I hate that guy. I know he's a miserable person, but he's getting what he deserves somehow. He's just rich as fuck and such a dick. Alright, I've talked about him enough. God, I've blocked him out for a long time. I hate that motherfucker. Okay, I'm back on the TAT, and now I seem to be headed towards clearer skies. It's still sprinkling. I hate riding with the windshield down, so I'm not. So my helmet's getting soaked, my face is getting stung by the rain. My gloves are stoked. I just didn't want to take them off. I know I should have. And that's where I'm at. I'm on the TAT, and I'm making minimal progress. Minimal progress. But it's better than nothing. Here comes Oklahoma. You see it? Here it comes. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Pretty sure I'm in Oklahoma. Oh, Jesus. I swear, the mud has already changed consistencies. I'm serious. I'm serious. Well, this weather, let me tell you something. I'm not fucking with Oklahoma. I don't care what you say. I don't care if it's disappointing to you that I'm not messing with the TAT in Oklahoma. I get it. You're a purist. I was too. But if I was on the fence, this weather has nudged me off the fence. I'm not messing with it. I'm having enough trouble with this. Forget about real trouble. Oh, this is gnarly. It is going right into places I don't necessarily want it to go. Oh. Oh. Holy shit. Yeah, you can deal with this for 600 miles if you want. You can even borrow my bike. I'm like right on the edge of this shit. It's still raining. I don't know if you can see it. I need to get out of this. Please, Lord. Oh, here we go again. Shifting. Well, I am sorry about the lack of cool footage. It's all been helmet cam. But I spent the last 2 days in the Ozark National Park. And National Park means no droning. And my rule on that is, if I'm somewhere that I really just don't know where I am, and I do a drone shot, and it turns out I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to do a drone shot, that's a mistake. If I'm somewhere that I know I'm not supposed to fly a drone and I do it anyway, that's breaking the law. And it's just uncool. And I think if I get in trouble, I think they'll take my drone license. And the FAA is like the IRS. You just don't want to fuck around with those people. By the way, the song you were supposed to think of about 2 or 3 videos ago, when the guy was working on the phone lines or whatever, was Wichita Lineman. Just didn't want to leave you hanging there in case you weren't familiar with that song. I don't know if I've mentioned how much I hate the windscreen. I bet you can tell the difference in the audio. I don't like it. Having it down makes me feel like I'm not driving a motorcycle. I'm not doing this. I know, I've watched plenty of videos and I know what it looks like to you. It looks like no problem. But let me tell you something, that is deep as a mother. And I am not doing it. Not with that current. I mean, going over in that, all your shit is just screwed. I mean, it has just been pouring. And I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I realize that it would make for better video for me to do idiotic things all day long. I totally get that. But as much as I would like to, I want to make it to the freaking ocean, dudes. Not the Oregon Ocean. Wait, not the... Yes, the Oregon Ocean. Not the Oklahoma Ocean. Do you feel me? Sorry, that would have been spectacular video, one way or the other. Spectacular. Might have put me over the top. But what's the saying? Live another day. What's the saying? What's the part before that? Play to live another day? I don't know what the hell the saying is, but that saying. Now Wichita lineman is in my brain again. Already bypassing Oklahoma bullshit. I had to bail on the GoPro because it was raining so hard. I know they're supposed to be waterproof, but if I lose this thing now before Colorado and the beauty. Hey, this is Future Ange. So I sort of stopped recording because it just rained all day long and it was miserable. And had my first problem with the GoPro because of the rain. I learned that this is a thing as the trip went on, but the GoPro itself is a monster. You can do anything to it. They're so tough. But the media mod that I have the microphone on, not so much. And you can hear a little bit here. Decided to bypass. Then it started. There's it just gets all muffled and messed up. So I don't know what's wrong with it. So what happened the rest of the day is I think I tried again to get back on the TAT, and it was muddy and miserable, and it was just pouring, and there were all these farm, whatever you call it, water off run. What's it called? Water runoff canals. I don't know. Anyway, it was a mess. And so I decided to go to Tulsa and get a chain. So I went to a cycle gear, got a chain, went across the street to this place called, I had to check the ride report. It was called Synergy Motorsport. Super cool dudes there. If you're in Tulsa, they're really good. They got me right in, didn't make me wait around, and just did it up. They changed the oil too. They said the oil was like a black, disgusting mess. So I'm glad I got that done. And then I went to Verizon and spent about 2 hours there trying to get my phone sorted out. I mentioned before it rattled to death and the camera broke. So again, definitely don't mount your good phones on your bike because it is a thing. I thought people were making up stories, but it really does happen. It just ruined the camera. So that took 2 hours, and then I went a little bit. I was like right in the middle of Tulsa. So I just rode a little bit to the outskirts and got a motel. Well, I got to a hotel that I had scoped out, or a motel, I should say. And I saw a meth deal go down. And it's just too shady for me. So I'm not staying there. Know what I'm saying? Too shady for me is saying something too. There was a lot of shit going down at that place. I'm not interested. I'm also so worried about this bike just being thrown in the trunk of a car and taken away from me. And that was pretty much it. So anyway, the rain thing is a pain in the ass for shooting. It's all gross footage, and the audio definitely is a problem in the rain with the media mod on the GoPro. So that's it for today. And I guess past Ange will see you in the morning.